This is a video on how to download information from individual assignments in Wamap. In particular, if you're looking for um, responses, things like that. So the first thing you want to do is just find an assignment. So I'm just going to go here to this timed quiz. Um, you'll see this little gear icon just to the right of the title, and you'll click on that and it'll drop down this menu. You want to go all the way down to grades and just click on grades. And then you have the option of grading all these. Hopefully that is already done. So after you've graded everything, if you scroll down, there's this either summary of assessment results or export student answer details. You want to click the export student answer details. Once you do that, you have several options of what to include in the file. Points earned, multi-part, broken down points earned if you have several parts, scored attempt, and correct answers for scored attempt. And so for our purposes, for the eMarks grant, you're just going to click points earned and scored attempt. And what this will do is basically just give you the points earned. For some questions that may not be needed, like the demographic survey, but you do need the scored attempt for those because we are looking at the individual responses for those. For other things like quizzes or tests, you do want the points earned, and you're not maybe as interested in the scored attempt, but we do want to include that just in case we go through and analyze some of the responses that are included. So just make sure both of those are checked. We don't really need the correct answers included or the multi-part broken down points. So you can do just those two check boxes, points earned, scored attempt. Hit export, and this will do a comma separated value file, CSV, and you'll want to just follow the other instructions that are included for that afterwards. So if you just want to go and open that, I'll go ahead and pause just for a brief moment here. We'll open that up and see what you want to do with that file. All right, so once you've gotten that file, this one was just some pre-test questions for test one. You don't have to include those, so but we'll assume maybe this is like for an exam or something like that. So what you would do is just for the questions that were um, the free response, so the multiple choice and respond, which would be this one. You'll notice the labels are not that great. Question one, question two, question three. So what we're going to do is just relabel those questions. And you should have in that document the labels that we want to use for all of these, but you'll just copy and paste those in or just type those in for these guys right here. The other questions that maybe you included in the exam, those, if you want, you can delete or you can just leave them. The app should um, just ignore those right there. So you would just delete all those responses because we don't really need those right there. I blacked out the names so you can't see those on this file, in case you're wondering what that black bar is. Uh, if you are including it, just make sure that um, all the questions are included. So I kind of separated out my pretest one. So I would need to copy in the next two questions from the second timed quiz that I gave, so that all of my pretest one questions are in one file, and that will get uploaded to the app. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of more detail. If you are including some of the pretests, this would be like um, increasing f of x. Like I said, that those titles will be given to you in another spot, so you can just kind of copy and paste those in as you go. And it's up to you whether or not you want to include some of your other questions. Probably for me, just to make the files cleaner, I would go through and just delete all those. That way, all you have are the valid questions that we're looking at. All right. If you got any questions, just feel free to send me an email. And hopefully that shows you how to get the information that you need from any of the quizzes, demographic survey, or any of that you might be using in Wamap.